previous class we discussed about displacement reaction. Now we'll discuss one more activity for displacement reaction. So what is that activity? See here, to perform this activity we need boiling tube, iron nail and copper sulfate solution, sandpaper. First, take iron nails and clean them by rubbing with a sandpaper. First take iron nails and clean them by rubbing with a sandpaper. Now take two test tube, mark them as A and B. Okay, take two test tubes and mark them as A and B. Take about 10 ml of copper sulfate solution in each test tube. Okay, take two test tube and mark them as A and B, and take about 2 ml of copper sulfate solution in each test tube. Dip one iron nail in copper sulfate solution of test tube A and keep it undisturbed for 20 minutes. And keep the iron nail in the test tube. Keep the iron nail and test tube. Keep other iron nail and test tube aside. Okay. Next, now take out the iron nail from copper sulfate solution and compare the other iron nail that has been kept aside. Okay, so now take the iron nail from the copper sulfate solution and compare with the other iron nail that has been kept aside. So compare the color of the solution in test tubes. Okay, so here what we took two iron nails and we cleaned them by rubbing with a sandpaper. We took two, okay, here we took two iron nails and we cleaned them by rubbing it with a sandpaper, and we took two test tube and we marked them as A and B. Okay, and we take about 10 ml of copper sulfate solution in each test tube, and we take about 10 ml of copper sulfate solution in each test tube, and we dip iron nail in copper sulfate solution of test tube A. We take 10 ml of copper sulfate solution in each test tube and we dip iron nail in copper sulfate solution of test tube A and keep it undisturbed for 20 minutes, and keep it undisturbed for 20 minutes. Now keep other iron nail and test tube aside. Okay, one more test tube is there now with copper sulfate solution, that test tube and one more iron nail is there now, that kept aside, means don't disturb them. Okay, now take out the so here we leave them for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, observe. After 20 minutes, take the iron nail from the copper sulfate solution and compare its color with other nail that has been kept aside. Okay, so now take the iron nail from the copper sulfate solution, means we kept one iron nail in the copper sulfate solution, no, that is in test tube A. So take out that iron nail from the test tube and compare its color with other iron nail. Compare its color with other iron nail which has been kept aside. Which has been kept aside. Okay, so compare the colors of this solution in a test tube. What changes you observed? Okay, so you will find the iron nail dipped in the copper sulfate solutions become brown. Okay, here we can find out that iron nail dipped in the copper sulfate solutions is become brown color. The blue color of a copper sulfate solution in test tube A fades. Okay, so we can find that the iron nail dipped in the copper sulfate solution is becoming brown color, and the blue color so the blue color of a copper sulfate solution in test tube is fades. Okay, so we can observe that the iron nail which is dipped in the copper sulfate solution, that is changing into brown color, and the color of the copper sulfate solution. So when we add copper sulfate solution in the test tube, when we add water, that is in blue color. No, the blue color of a copper sulfate solution also changes. Okay, the blue color of a copper sulfate solution in test tube A only changes. Okay, Why like that in test tube A only changes? Why not changing in test tube B? Why? Because in test tube A, copper sulfate solution is there, iron nails are there. So one type of reaction is takes place between the copper sulfate solution and iron nail. But the color in the copper sulfate solution, color of the copper sulfate solution in test tube B not changing. Why? Because in the test tube B only copper sulfate solution only there. Okay, we not added iron nails, we just kept outside iron nails, we kept iron nails and copper sulfate solution separately in test tube B. That's why the color of the copper sulfate solution in test tube B is not changed. So here the color of the copper sulfate solution in A only changed. Why? Because one type of chemical reaction is taking place between the test tube between the copper sulfate and iron nail. What is that chemical reaction? Once you see the textbook, iron nail. Okay, so iron formula Fe, iron symbol Fe, iron Latin name is ferrum, no, Fe plus copper sulfate CuSO4. Why? Because in test tube we took copper sulfate, in that we are added iron nails. Copper sulfate formula CuSO4, iron symbol Fe, Fe plus CuSO4 gives rise FeSO4 plus copper. Okay, gives rise FeSO4 plus copper. Here the color of the copper sulfate solution is changing from blue. Okay, first it is in blue color, but that blue color is changing, means here blue color is changing, no, means the blue color fades, means that is formed FeSO4. Okay, like that. Okay, so here one type of reaction is takes place, iron formula F, iron symbol Fe, copper sulfate formula CuSO4. So in that one type of reaction takes place, Fe plus CuSO4 gives rise FeSO4 plus Cu, FeSO4 plus Cu, iron Fe, iron symbol Fe, copper sulfate formula CuSO4 gives rise FeSO4 Cu, means iron is more reactive than copper. Iron is there, no, Fe, that is more reactive than copper in the copper sulfate solution. Okay, iron Fe is more reactive than copper, that is in the copper sulfate solution, gives rise FeSO4, means iron is more reactive than copper, no, so it displaces the copper from copper sulfate solution. Okay, iron Fe, it is more reactive than copper. That's why this iron displaces the copper from copper sulfate solution. Then what will form in the place? Okay, Fe, it will come in the place of Cu. Okay, means iron displaces the copper from copper sulfate solution. Okay, so then what happened? In the place of copper, iron will come, it will form FeSO4, FeSO4, and copper is separated. Okay, so iron is there, no, that is more reactive than copper. So in the place of copper, iron will come. Okay, so that's why in the place of copper Fe, right? So what will form? FeSO4 will form. Where that copper will go? Copper is displaced. Okay, copper will can keep, right? That's why we are written separately. Okay, Fe plus CuSO4 gives rise FeSO4, means iron is more reactive than copper. That's why in the place of copper, iron is came FeSO4, and that copper is separated. Okay, so iron is more reactive than copper, so it displaces the copper from copper sulfate. So okay, displace the copper from copper sulfate. Okay, this is another example of displacement reaction. This is another example for displacement reaction. So other examples of displacement reaction also given here. What are that? Now we will discuss. Okay, so zinc plus AgNO3 gives rise ZnNO3 plus 2Ag. Zinc plus AgNO3 gives rise Zn plus zinc plus AgNO3 gives rise Zn plus zinc plus AgNO3 gives rise ZnNO3 plus 2Ag. Zinc is okay, that is zinc symbol Zn. AgNO3 means silver nitrate. AgNO3 means what? Silver nitrate. So here also zinc is more reactive than silver. Zinc is more reactive than silver. That's why zinc displaces the silver from silver nitrate. Okay, so that's why in the place of silver zinc will come. Okay, then what we can write, ZnNO3 taken twice 2 plus 2Ag. ZnNO3 taken twice 2 plus 2Ag. So in this reaction, zinc plus 2Ag NO3 taken twice, zinc plus 2Ag NO3 gives as ZnNO3 taken twice 2 plus 2Ag. So zinc is more reactive than silver. That's why that displaces the silver from silver nitrate. So in the place of silver, zinc will come. So it will form zinc nitrate and Ag. And this is one of the example for displacement reaction. So what we discussed? We discussed about displacement reactions. No, one activity with iron nails copper sulfate solution, one more activity with zinc and hydrochloric acid. So in the zinc and hydrochloric acid, what we took conical flask. In that conical flask we took zinc granules and we added hydrochloric acid. Okay, we added hydrochloric acid. So then what we can observe, after some time we can observe, so after some time we can observe one type of reaction takes place between zinc and hydrochloric acid. So first, okay, we took zinc granules in conical flask and we added dilute hydrochloric acid and close the mouth of a conical flask with the help of with the help of balloon. Okay, tie the balloon at the mouth of a conical flask. So after some time we can observe one type of reaction will takes place between zinc and hydrochloric acid. After some time we can observe one type of reaction takes place between zinc and hydrochloric acid. Okay, so we can see that some gas bubbles is coming outside from the solution. Okay, and bubbles will form. We can observe some type of gas is coming outside from the mouth of a conical flask. That gas is entering into balloon and that balloon will bulge outside. So here what is that gas evolved in that? Here between the zinc and hydrochloric acid one type of reaction is taking place. One type of reaction is taking place between zinc and hydrochloric acid. Okay, so the zinc, between the zinc and hydrochloric acid one type of reaction is taking place. Okay, zinc combining with hydrochloric acid, then that is releasing zinc chloride and hydrogen. Okay, means one type of reaction is taking place between zinc and hydrochloric acid. No, means this zinc is displacing the hydrogen from hydrochloric acid. Zinc is displacing the hydrogen from hydrochloric acid. Okay, so and that separate the hydrogen and form zinc chloride. Okay, zinc and hydrochloric acid we took. Now this zinc is displace the hydrogen from hydrochloric acid and it will form zinc chloride and H2 gas is liberated. So due to that H2 gas, balloon will bulge outside. So we can do the same activity with another way also. How is that? Now I will say. Okay, first take one boiling tube. In that boiling tube, fix that boiling tube to the test tube stand. Okay, sorry, retard stand. Sorry, take a boiling tube, fix that boiling tube to the retard stand. Now take some zinc granules in that boiling tube. Now fit one hold rubber cork to the boiling tube. Okay, so first take zinc granules in boiling tube and fix it to the retard stand and add hydrochloric acid to that, dilute hydrochloric acid to that. In the place of hydrochloric acid you can add sulfuric acid also. Close the mouth of this boiling tube with the help of single hole rubber cork. Okay, next insert one delivery tube through the hole of the rubber cork. Okay, one end of the delivery tube in the boiling tube, another end of the delivery tube is there, no, that kept in a soap water which is present in a glass container. Take a glass container, in that glass container take a soap water. Okay, keep the another end of the delivery tube in soap water. Okay, so we took boiling tube, in that boiling tube we took zinc and hydrochloric acid, and we fix it the boiling tube to the retard stand, and we close the mouth of a boiling tube with the help of single hole rubber cork, and we inserted one delivery tube into the mouth of a boiling tube. Another end of the boiling tube is there, no, that we kept in a soap water which is present in a glass container. Okay, so here one type of reaction will take place between zinc and hydrochloric acid. Okay, in the place of hydrochloric acid we can take sulfuric acid also. Okay, in the place of hydrochloric acid we can take sulfuric acid also. Okay, sulfuric acid formula HTSO4, but here we took HCl. No, we will discuss about that HCl. So after some time one type of reaction will take place between zinc and hydrochloric acid. One type of gas is evolving from the boiling tube. That gas is entering into the delivery tube, and the gas is passed through the delivery tube and entering into the delivery tube, pass through the delivery tube. So another end of the delivery tube, that is in the glass container which is contains soap water. So it is formed some gas bubbles in that glass container which is contain soap water. So we can see some bubbles in the glass container. Why like that? Why? Because here the zinc is combining with hydrochloric acid. This zinc is combining with hydrochloric acid. This zinc is combined with hydrochloric acid, releasing hydrogen gas. That hydrogen gas only pass through the delivery tube and travel through the delivery tube and entering into the glass container, that form the gas bubbles. Okay, that form the gas bubbles. We can see some gas bubbles in that. Okay, if we bring a burning matchstick near the glass bubbles, if we bring a burning matchstick near the gas bubbles, that gas bubbles is put off with pop sound. That gas bubbles are put off with pop sound. So that gas bubbles are put off with pop sound is nothing but the liberated gas is nothing but here is hydrogen. What is that gas is liberating? The liberating gas is nothing but hydrogen. So we can write the equation for this reaction: zinc plus 2HCl, ZnCl2 plus H2 gas. Okay, so that gas bubbles are put off with pop sound. So put off with pop sound means the liberated gas is nothing but hydrogen gas. Okay, so this is also one of the example for decomposition reaction. So we can carry out the same experiment with the sulfuric acid also. We can carry out the same experiment with the sulfuric acid also. With the help of that sulfuric acid, how can we perform the experiment? Now we will discuss. Take some zinc granules in boiling tube. Okay, and add sulfuric acid in that. Fix it to a retard stand and close the mouth of this boiling tube with the help of single hole rubber cork, and insert the delivery tube. Another end of the delivery tube keep in a glass container which is contains soap water. So here also one type of reaction will take place between the zinc and sulfuric acid. Here also one type of reaction will take place between the zinc and sulfuric acid. Okay, means this zinc is displace the hydrogen from sulfuric acid. Okay, here also one type of reaction will take place between the zinc and sulfuric acid, and that is releasing hydrogen gas. So that hydrogen gas is passed through the delivery tube and entering into the glass container which is contains soap water, and it will form bubbles. If we bring a burning matchstick near the bubbles, that bubbles are put off with pop sound. That bubbles are put off with pop sound. Okay, that bubbles are put off with pop sound. Okay, this pop sound is indicate that the liberated gas is nothing but hydrogen. Okay, so here we can say that the metals, zinc is metals, like these metals which are more active than hydrogen. The metals which are more active than hydrogen, that displace the hydrogen from an acid. Okay, this is one of the example for displacement reaction. Okay, so now what we discussed about displacement reaction. Okay, so it is one of the example for displacement reaction. So how many types of chemical reaction we discussed? We discussed about chemical combination, chemical decomposition, and chemical combination, chemical decomposition reaction, and displacement reaction. So now we will discuss about double displacement reaction in next class. So what is the meaning of double displacement reaction? We will discuss it.